My boyfriend cheated on me with 8 different girls. I want to walk away.
You gotta play the field sometimes.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just kidding.
I've been with S, let's call him, for a total of 10 months. The first month or so was your typical butterfly in the stomach production. By the end of the first month, we were official and we're seeing each other 3 to 4 times a week.
Dang.
A month being official, I would never do that. Around the second month,
That's so slow.
That's so slow. By the end of the second month, he reactivated several of his old dating profiles on different websites, unbeknownst to me at the time. By the way, this comes from Confused with Cheater. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So for the next 6 months, I was busy falling in love. And he was busy dating girls behind my back.
Yikes.
He spoke with countless other people via the internet, took 8 girls out for drinks, and slept with 3 of them.
Yikes.
All the while, he was doing all of the typical couple stuff with me, breakfast with his grandma, hotel stays in the city, swimming with his family, wine tasting with his friends, helping me move apartments, on and on. So it sounds like he was the perfect boyfriend and perfect date.
Yes. He's doing a great job, except at the commitment part.
How does he have all this time?
The time management is insane.
Understand.
We talked about how much we were into each other, told each other we loved one another, joked about how cute our kids would be.
Yeah, he's going to have a lot of kids.
Going to have a lot of kids. Around the 8-month mark, I started feeling extraordinarily weird about something, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it. I'd had this nagging feeling from the start, but I thought it was just my own insecurities, and I did my best to swallow them down and carry on. However, I had slowly started feeling like a burden, and as if he didn't even like me, let alone love me.
Ouch.
It was such a slow process that I never knew it even had happened until there I was, one day, suddenly accusing him of cheating on me with his best girlfriend. Whew.
Were you right?
Were you right? I mean, I don't know if she was right. I think.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't cheat on you with her.
I felt like absolute crap, but I had to figure out what was going on or if I was just slowly going insane. He denied it, and I found it difficult to believe him, even though I had 0 proof of anything. Just that feminine intuition, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you
you just know when your partner is cheating on you with 8 different people.
Sometimes you just know. A couple of weeks after that argument, I looked at his phone. Wrong, I know.
It's true.
It's true. It's wrong. Shouldn't do that. What's our rule, Sophia?
The rule is if you're gonna look at the phone, the relationship's already over.
Yeah, and if you can look at the phone, if there's probable cause, but this sounds like there wasn't probable cause.
Yeah.
Except,
but I mean, the relationship is already over.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I saw that he was talking to another girl, and I confronted him about it. He told me that he wasn't cheating, but if things were going badly with us, he would.
Whoa.
Well, that made absolutely no sense. So I broke up with him.
Nice.
Boom. Standards. That's what we like to see.
That doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense. Boom. Dropped. During our breakup talk, he admitted to sleeping with someone else.
Yikes.
We didn't speak again until after about 6 weeks. I'd been on a Netflix binge and mistakenly watched a movie where this guy cheats on his girlfriend. They break up and then they have a heart-to-heart about why it happened. And by the end of the movie, they are back together.
I hate those movies.
I totally lost it at that point. I'd been having such a hard time with no contact, wasn't eating, etc., that I was more or less out of my rational mind and went as far as looking up his number on an old phone bill online.
Girl, not the old phone bill.
No, stay off the phone bill. We ended up meeting at a restaurant near my place. And spent 6 hours discussing what happened and why she's living out her own rom-com.
You literally doing the movie plot.
But it was so romantic in the movie.
Well, it worked for them.
He's changed. I was trickle-truthed about the entire cheating thing for about 2 weeks after that. And then the number grew steadily from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 girls.
Fool me once.
Shame on you.
Fool me 8 times.
Shame
on me.
Shame on me.
Shame on
7
me.
of those times.
Yeah.
By the time I had what I believe now to be the full scope of his cheating, I was already emotionally invested again.
What?
She's back in.
She was like, well, now that I know he's cheated on me with 8 girls, now we can move on.
Yeah, he's got it out of his system. You
Girl.
know? He can commit to me. He needed to, like, zoom out so he could zoom back in.
Exactly.
On the person
Macro
he
to
loves.
micro.
Macro to micro.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tale as old as time.
Oh, man.
As of today, it's been a little over a month since meeting up with him again at the restaurant. We see each other 3 to 4 times per week. We sleep together
I don't like you.
and have been continuing the original conversation about the cheating and why he did it. I'm convinced it wasn't an issue of temptation, but more that he was actively seeking an escape from a life he was unhappy in. And in his words, I was a casualty. Now, I'm watching him take a more direct approach to his problems. I'm so proud of him.
What is this?
On top of that, I have never had such excellent communication with any prior partner or such bad communication as it was before.
What is going on?
If I ask, I am allowed to his phone, Facebook, and email. Okay, so he's being more open. If I'm feeling insecure, we can talk about it. The problem is, I'm ridiculously insecure now.
I wonder why.
No, I totally can't see you're insecure. Some days, I wake up and know I should walk away from this whole thing. Good. I feel rotten inside and like I'm becoming someone I don't want to be. I
Then
feel controlling.
stop.
For example, there's this girl who we hooked up with 3 years ago and they kept in touch as friends.
Oh, they're sleeping together.
Sure. She just got a job in the area and wanted to meet up with him.
Yeah, she wants to sleep with them.
He was going to go until I expressed my insecurity with the idea. He's told me he won't meet up with her because he's making sure I'm comfortable. And that is his number 1 priority right now.
Yeah, and his number 2 priority is that girl.
Still, I feel like I'm controlling his behavior and I'm mistrustful.
I wonder why.
I just sent him a text asking if he was going to meet up with her today. It was like I couldn't control my fingers. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm insecure in the relationship for good reason, but I truly see him trying.
I don't care.
I believe
Trying to
he's
cheat on
giving-
you.
Yeah, trying to cheat on
Trying
you.
to cheat on you.
I believe he's giving it all he's got.
He's given something.
I don't feel like I'm giving it enough. I hold things against him and constantly bring up the past.
I think you're giving too much.
I don't know how to move beyond this. I feel like a bitter old woman already. I don't want to break it off with him, but I don't know how to trust him either. I feel like I'm punishing him sometimes, and it's painful for both of us. How do I just let it go? There are edits. There are updates. But, Sophia, do we think we should give this guy another chance?
No. How do I let it go? You let him go.
You let him
away.
go. But Sophia,
Far
he's
away.
changed. He's changed.
Okay. Changed clothes probably from all the people he's sleeping with.
Oh,
I'm sick of this man.
I am.
Changed sheets?
yeah.
Even.
I don't know. He doesn't
We don't
sound, he
even know.
sounds
I
like
don't
a
even know.
dirty,
Yeah.
dirty boy.
I don't know if he's changed sheets.
Yeah. Well, we got edits. We got updates.
Oh boy.
You ready to lock on in?
I'm ready.
All right. So, edit 1. I also feel I should add that I once cheated on a boyfriend. I understand for that.
Okay. In
I
this
feel-
relationship?
Some level of empathy for my current boyfriend and that we are both human beings and this stuff happens.
8 times.
I think I might not have fully forgiven myself. It's possible I'm staying out of the desire for penance.
We all know that you're a masochist.
Yeah.
That's very obvious from
Yeah.
this post.
I mean, maybe she likes it.
Yeah, she's like, maybe after the 10th time he cheats.
Yeah, it's like the equivalent of
think
like
about
10 Hail Marys and 4 Our Fathers.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
you just gotta get cheated on 8 times, then you're absolved.
No.
Edit 2. I've decided to go in for a therapy assessment tomorrow
Please.
through my university.
Good.
I'm not sure that I want to leave him,
I'm sure.
but I don't know that I can endure my crazy thoughts and feelings of mistrust much longer. All the comments are helping me so much right now. Thank you. I feel like I need to be constantly told that this is bad. It's bad, but
It's bad.
what is good is you're good in therapy to figure it out. Even just writing this edit, I feel like I'm wavering and have to go back down and read what you guys have written over and over. We got an edit 3. I went to my therapy appointment today.
Nice.
Turned out to only be a screening through which they would match me up with a therapist through the university. The screener suggested, however, that I seek long-term therapy. The screener's like, this girl needs it.
And she told her the problem, and she's like,
Oh,
Oh.
honey.
I'm gonna give you my card.
Yeah. I'm giving you my personal phone number.
Yes, call me anytime, darling.
That I seek long-term therapy with a private practitioner and was given referrals to 3 different people. I felt like I walked into the counseling office all zombied out, but that calling these people is going to take willpower, and then I need to follow through. I'm still talking with my boyfriend, but only intermittently. I will be leaving him as soon as I find an ounce of strength to do so. I wish I had been able to see an actual therapist today and get some sort of direction on how to build that strength up or what I can do in the meantime to protect myself emotionally. I think like hang out with your friends, go to the gym.
Get a support system or be around your support system if you have one.
I'm a wreck, but I'll follow through Reddit and we got an update.
Oh boy. I don't know. OP said like, well, whenever I get an ounce of strength, I'm going to break up with him. If you already are on the, page of I want to break up with him, I think that you need to just do it. Rip the Band-Aid off. I know it feels harder than it sounds, but just go over there to break up and then leave and then run away.
Yeah. But we got an update.
Ooh.
My significant other picked me up from an impromptu dinner this evening. I spent the entire dinner trying to enjoy myself and him and us together, but I couldn't do it. I'd promised myself that I wouldn't bring up my insecurities anymore or question him any further about the cheating. But as we were leaving the restaurant, it all started coming out of me again. Before we got in the car, I watched a laughing girl piggyback on her guy's back across the street, and I realized that we might not ever have that sort of simple awesomeness again. I've been reeling from the cheating nonstop for 3 months now, and it's only gotten worse and worse. We kept talking in the parking lot outside my apartment, and it all just sort of devolved into a pulpy mess. Within an hour, I forced myself to tell him that I couldn't do it anymore.
She's doing it.
Yes,
she's doing it.
She's doing it. And that I was so sorry, but I tried as hard as I could, just like I promised I would. When we got back together, I truly did. I'm exhausted. I'm losing clumps of my hair.
Girl. Oh.
My back has started to hurt and I have stomach pains.
Yeah, because you're experiencing like so much anxiety on a day-to-day basis. Like she said, oh, well, when I wasn't with him, I couldn't eat. I couldn't do this. Yeah. It's like you're so much worse with him than you were without.
Well, we got more to this story.
Let's read it.
So I'm going to jump into it. But he asked if he could come walk me up to my door. I said that I would walk myself. And as I started to get out, he stopped me and begged me to stay. He said that he was all mine and that I have him forever and that he's so sorry. He kept repeating how sorry he was. And it felt so incredibly genuine. No, don't do it. I had such an effing hard time getting out of that car, but I did it. He then followed me into the parking lot and hugged me and said he was thankful I tried and that he loves me and that he's so sorry. It broke my effing heart. I don't know how I kept walking. I hugged him back, but I kept walking. He called me 10 minutes later on his drive home saying he doesn't accept that this is over and that he will wait for my call.
Oh, well, you'll be waiting a long time, bud.
Yeah, you'll be waiting your whole life. He said he won't text or Facebook me or call me or anything, but he'll be there when and if I'm ready.
I hate that.
With his 8 different women. I told him I would be ready for a long time, and then it was silent.
Don't say I wouldn't be ready for a long time.
And we both said goodbye.
That implies that you will be ready someday.
I went through my apartment and purged him. It was the effing saddest thing I've ever done to throw away the Valentine's Day flowers in an empty dumpster, to get rid of the lonely sock he left over at my house,
Lord.
To throw away the pajama pants I stole from him, the pancake mix he made me pancakes with. I feel so broken and exhausted and sad. I don't know how I walked away tonight, and I don't know how I'm going to stay away.
You're going to block him.
Block him.
You're going to block him.
I love him, and I feel so terrible about how much he's hurting right now because of me, because I couldn't do it. I don't know how to grieve this or what to do with myself. It's more fear than anything, to be honest, though. I feel pretty numb right now. It was the only way I could walk away. I had a moment of numbness from somewhere. I know that tomorrow morning is going to be absolute crap. And if it's not, what does that say about me? By the way, something I want to say to you is you can listen to full episodes with stories just like this. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app and search OK Storytime. There's another relevant update. But Sophia.
Yeah.
I mean,
OP got there. She dragged herself across the finish line. I'll take what I can get. But wow, girl, you're going to take that recommendation for the long-term therapy.
Yeah, but we got a little bit more to this story. So anyway, that's my update. Thank you for all of your help. I feel like I still need a lot of it, though. I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm going. And there is an edit. There is an edit.
Hey, boy.
All right. He called me.
No. He said he
last
wouldn't.
night.
Liar.
What? This guy lies? To say that if I didn't take him back, he would turn into the basest husk of a human and not give a crap about anyone or anything in the world. He told me it was his fault that he wasn't loving enough, but I should have / could have tried harder.
Oh my gosh.
And he's going to wait for me because he thinks I'm just in the wrong mind frame. I barely thought about him today, and when I did, it was only because I saw things that reminded me of him and not of my own volition. I felt calm and had a good day, I guess, until he...
Heck yeah. I mean, she was saying like, oh, what does it mean if I don't even think about it, or like if I have a good day? It means that you've been released from a curse.
But I think because he reached out, I feel like she's still like, I think she barely thought about him. Or was that last night? Oh, he called me late last night.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It
seems like she's like,
oh,
you know
so he
what?
called late night, and she's like, you know what? I'm done.
Yeah,
that's
props.
good. That's good.
Props, and that it probably will not last. That feeling, you're probably gonna go in waves of being like, oh, I want to be back together with him. What am I doing? And then
Don't
you're
get
gonna be
back
like,
together.
I don't think about it.
Don't get back together.
My wife had an affair with the best man, and she accidentally confessed it to me.
I mean, he's the best man for a reason. He slams down.
The time frame is important here. We have been married for 3 years. We were together as a couple for 2 years before that. So we've been together for about 5 years.
Okay.
By the way, this comes from Hypoxia32. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. So 2 weekends ago, her sister got married. And of course, my wife is at the wedding party. So as you would expect, she spent the 2 weeks prior to the wedding helping her sister get everything ready. No big deal at all. She kept me informed, and I knew this was going to happen.
Okay.
She took that Wednesday to Friday off of work to help her, and in fact stayed with her for 3 days. I certainly know her sister, but I barely know the guy who is now my brother-in-law. In fact, I only met him a few times, but he seems nice enough. I show up Saturday morning a few hours before the ceremony in hopes of stealing just a few minutes to see her, not wanting to intrude on the day since I know she is busy, but I hadn't seen her since Tuesday. She sees me outside of her parents' house and sends her brother out to tell me that she'll come out and see me in the car, which I thought was odd, but whatever. She finally comes out and sits in the seat next to me and gives me a kiss. But instead of acting happy to see me or whatever, she tells me that she has to talk to me and she doesn't want it to ruin her sister's day.
Oh, God.
She's like, I've got something to tell you, but don't make a big deal about it.
Saying, I feel like this is coming from a person who just did a thing that made a big deal.
I think so.
Oh, God.
She informs me that at the reception, if I still want to go, I might hear some things about the best man and her, and she didn't want it to be awkward or weird. I just kind of sat there stunned. She said that about 4 years ago.
4 years! They've been dating and together in a relationship for 5.
5.
Oh no.
She had a fling with him and that it didn't mean anything, but she was aware that by nature I'm somewhat jealous, and she wanted me to know in advance so that if I heard something that I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh.
How do you so callously admit to cheating?
Oh, this is not her first rodeo.
Or is it?
I don't think so. I think she's been cheating on the daily, and this is the only one that she's like, oh, like I actually have to tell him.
I think she's gotten the dates wrong. I think she forgot that they've been together for 5 years.
For 5 years.
I think she's gotten the dates wrong.
Oh, so she doesn't even realize.
Yeah, that's because
I think she got the dates wrong, and she cheats a lot.
Yeah, I also thought good. Yeah. Again, I just kind of sat there. This was not how I thought my morning would go, but I told her I appreciated knowing it and that it certainly wasn't a big deal now. What? Are you just like a fuse that's about to blow?
Bruv, you've been dating for 5 years. She cheated on you.
She went back in the house and I went to eat lunch and decided to meet her at the church. As I'm eating and reading my phone, it dawns on me. She said she had a fling with him 4 years ago, and we've been together 5.
Quick maths, my friend. Quick maths.
Not really. He took some time.
Slow
maths.
to very slow maths.
My first reaction was to blow it off and think that she just told me the wrong time. But the more I thought about it, the more I started to remember about 1.5 years of us being together. She had a phase where she was really sketchy about her behavior, wasn't available when she normally was, and went on 2 weekend camping trips that were with friends from work. Of course, I'm a little knotted up over this, but I know I have a long day ahead of me. OP is way too chill about this.
Yeah, he's like,
yeah, I know.
I'll worry about that later.
He's like, of course I'm upset, but I don't have time.
Yeah.
I go to the wedding and sit there watching everything. After the wedding, they have a line that you walk by and congratulate the bride and groom, and the wedding party is standing in line as well. My wife is standing with some other guy. I don't know him at all, but the best man was there, and I just went down the line and acted like it was no big deal. Get to the reception, and it takes forever for them to come because of photos. She finally gets there and sits with me. I decided not to say anything, as I didn't want to distract from the day. But instead of just letting it go, she then tells me that each of the groomsmen or bridesmaids are going to dance and that she is going to be dancing with him. I ask why when she was not his partner for the party. And she said that the maid of honor and her partner were actually married and wanted to dance with each other. But
Wait,
you're
so
married.
everyone has to dance? Is that? I don't think that's a thing.
No, it's not. And also, if the maid of honor is married, then why aren't you, as a married person, dancing with your husband?
Yeah, that would make way more sense.
At this point, I'm a little more than perturbed, but I try and not let it show. Thankfully, I was smart enough to not drink because I freely admit I'm an angry, wasted person, so I know when not to even partake. She talks to everyone around her, and then the dance comes, and he comes over and extends his arm, and she gets up. I try not to watch, and in fact, I make it a point not to. She comes back with him in tow, and they are joking like the best of friends. She decides that it would be a good idea to introduce us, and while I didn't say to F off like I wanted to, my greeting to him was probably less than cordial, but it did not deter him from sitting and talking with her for a few minutes. The more they sat and talked and reminisced about old times and places, the madder I got.
I mean, even if she didn't cheat, even if there wasn't overlap, like put some boundaries here.
Truly,
like,
truly.
you know, don't dance and be all lovey-dovey and be all flirty right in front of your part. I mean, like,
ridiculous.
Have some respect. Like, even if I feel like for people that you have had past romantic history with, the walls with them should be higher.
Agreed.
You know, like you should I feel like you should give even more space.
I agree.
Than you would just like any old person.
Eventually, I got up and went to the bathroom, and when I came back, he was gone. She decided to tell me that she thought I was rude, which was not what I was all about hearing at that moment. I told her that this wasn't the time or place to talk about it, but rest assured we would talk about it later. She sat there and then said that she was going to change clothes, and as soon as she got back, she was telling her sister that we were leaving because I had ruined her day, but she didn't want me to ruin her sister's day as well. I told her that I was perfectly capable of not being a bother to her or her sister the rest of the day, and that I did not want to be the cause of any drama, so I would prefer
being
to
the
just
cause
stay.
of any drama. He is
making so much less drama than he could be right now.
And I hate how she's like, look at what he's doing. He's ruining the day. I have to leave. And man's just like sitting there.
He's just sitting there, man. She went and changed clothes and then came back all in a huff. Now I understand I have not said a word to her. I even shook the other guy's hand. I guess I just looked miserable, so that's what she was basing this off of. She was adamant about not staying, and so I said that if she really wanted to go, we could go. But if she would rather stay, I would be happy to stay, or if she would like, since I came in my own car, I would leave so she could stay. She at first said that we should stay, but then said if I couldn't act any better, I should leave. I asked how I was acting, and she said it was obvious I was trying to be like a silverback gorilla wanting to fight.
What? What?
She said it was obvious, Sam.
Silverback gorilla.
It was obvious.
Yes, Sam.
I don't want. Oh, okay.
I didn't know whether to laugh in her face or be offended. I went back in and sat down while she mingled with the other guests. I talked with her brother for a while, but then ultimately ended up back at our table talking with her grandma.
Would you leave or would you stay?
I would have confronted her way earlier.
Yeah. But I mean, you also don't want to derail the wedding too, you know?
Sure, but he found out before the wedding started.
Like you would have said something before. Oh, he didn't, but he didn't do quick maths.
That's true.
Yeah, he was buffering for a while. So like,
I think I would leave the wedding.
You would leave the wedding?
Yeah. And then confront after.
Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't be chill enough to stay at the wedding. I feel like I would feel terrible.
Yeah.
I'd be sad and I'd probably want to cry a little bit.
We leave at the same time, and I arrived home just before she did. I was sitting in the living room waiting on her when she came in and did not beat around the bush. I simply asked her to retell me the story about this other guy, and she said it word for word like before. After sitting and looking at her for a time, I just said, "Are you sure about the time frame?" And she said she was.
Oh, God.
I then reminded her that we have been together for 5 years. So this fling was well over a year into our being together. What happened next, I can't really put into words. Finally.
Yes.
Finally.
It's about darn time. Man has been holding that card just sitting on it. Just sitting on it like a little hot coal. And I'm ready for it to breathe.
What happened next, I can't really put into words. Instead of being flustered or denying or anything, she simply said, "I know. Sorry, she didn't get the math wrong. She just doesn't care. She just doesn't care."
Oh,
so I
she's
asked
terrible.
her to explain. And she tells me that they work together and that it was just a physical thing.
It was just a physical thing.
That's cheating. Oh, I'm sick of this.
Who is this woman?
Who is this person? She is. Does she not know the rules of engagement? The rules of dating? That is cheating. You've just described cheating.
And
when Aya says, "Run, my guy."
Run. And she felt like we weren't in a great place at the time and that she never had any feelings for him and never had any real intentions of leaving me. She just was having some fun for a few weekends. She
It's like
said
going
that
to
it
a
was
theme park.
She said that it was probably a mistake on her part. Probably.
She's not even admitting it's a mistake. She's like, "Oh no, I did a good thing. I did a good."
Oh, sorry. I didn't finish that sentence.
Oh.
She said it was probably a mistake on her part to tell me now, but she didn't want me to get blindsided.
Yeah, she's like, "I should have just never told you."
I did not take this the way she thought I would, I guess. We had a very large argument and ended when she told me I was being a child about all of this.
You cheated.
I feel like she's treating him like a child in the sense of like when a child falls down and instead of being like, "Oh my God, are you okay? Like, are you hurt?" Being like, "You're good.
You're chilling.
Oh, look at you." And the child's like, "Oh, I guess I am good.
I am good, yeah.
I feel like that's what she was hoping for. She's like, "Yeah, I cheated on you." So that we were married and this happened way before that. And that our life together now has nothing to do with him or that time. Well, 2 things. One, I adamantly disagree with about this, has no bearing on us. She effing cheated on me and doesn't even have the goddamn decency to feel guilty about it. 2, I hate being told I'm childish when I get upset over something. It pisses me off to no end because that is her way of acting superior to me. I told her I needed time to think and she told me there was nothing to think about. We loved each other and this didn't change anything. Girl, he doesn't love you anymore. That was 2 weeks ago and I still am not over it. She's been trying the past few days to get me to talk to her, but I admit that for whatever reason, I'm not viewing her the same as I did before. Whatever reason.
Cheated.
She cheated on you.
That's the reason.
Part of me is like, this is stupid. It happened a few years ago and we're married now and there hasn't been any problems at all. But then part of me is like, I just found out she cheated on me and it hurts like a mother effer. And what makes it worse is that instead of trying to understand how I feel, she's trying to guilt me into just not even thinking about it. I don't know what to do. And there is an update, folks.
I mean, I think
Boy,
maybe if she said, "I cheated on you and I'm sorry and I want to work through this," you could get therapy or you could have long conversations with each other and work towards, you know, a relationship that feels good. It would damage it for sure, but maybe you could work towards something.
Yeah.
But you can't work towards something if she doesn't even admit that this is an issue or a problem.
Exactly.
Like no amount of therapy, no amount of conversation will fix someone who just will not admit to anything.
She doesn't think that she's done anything wrong.
And that, I think, honestly, like usually we're like, hey, get a little therapy and then maybe divorce. I feel like this is like going to go straight to divorce because she's not willing to work on it.
No. I mean, if she cannot even admit, well, she admitted so readily that she cheated on you because she didn't even see a problem with it.
She didn't see dude. And with that, I mean, that's some like,
but there is an update,
psychopath
folks.
behavior.
Yeah. Update. First, I want to clarify something from my first post that I really did not spell out very well. It doesn't have any real bearing on anything, but for some reason it bugs me that I made this part sort of murky. The maid of honor, not my wife, was married to the groomsman who my wife walked down the aisle with. There were some people who felt my wife was trying to arrange the dance, but I do know for a fact that this part was legit. However, it doesn't mean she didn't try and offer to let them dance or any other form of manipulation.
She's kind of gaslighting him.
Yeah, she is gaslighting
She's like, it's
him.
not a big deal. Like, we weren't even married. We were just in a relationship. Like, get over it.
Yeah, but we're going to get into this. So the maid of honor, not my wife, was married to the groomsman who my wife walked down the aisle with. There were some people who felt my wife was trying to arrange the dance, but I know for a fact that this part was legit. However, it doesn't mean she didn't try and offer to let them dance or any other form of manipulation, but I just wanted to try and clear that part up a little. I'm here because I have gotten, honest to God, over 40 requests for an update since last week. Thank you for your guys' concern on this, and I wish I had some real ballsy statement to make about how I stood tall and to the curb, but sadly, that is just not what happened.
No, OP have standards, for the love of God.
To be blunt, I'm in limbo. There have been developments, but all they have done is make it harder for me to decide. Last week, I was mostly angry. Then as the weekend progressed, I became mostly sad.
Oh.
I want to be able to hate her and flip that switch that tells me I'm being walked on and am a sucker. But it's just very hard for me to do that because I still love her and this is ripping me apart. Here's what has happened of any consequence. She finally came to the realization that I was not going to just get over this. This then brought her to the realization that I might want out of the marriage. This then brought on a near nervous breakdown from her. Someone, hell a lot, from the first post, stated that she would try and manipulate me like that, and believe me, I was taking those words to heart when I thought she was having crocodile tears. But it soon became apparent to me that she wasn't acting or faking. She was having a legitimate panic attack.
Oh, maybe she finally realizes that her actions have consequences.
Maybe.
Wow.
This led to an ER visit, and that led to an overnight stay in the hospital, and then to new medications and a scheduled follow-up with her doctor for later next week.
Okay, so she's not faking it.
Okay, so she's not
she's
faking it.
She's a really
this
good
time.
actor, actually.
This brought her family into it, and that in turn led to long conversations all the way around. When we got home with her family in tow, I asked what she wanted to do since there was a house full of people, and she said she wanted to be with her mom for a while. That was fine with me, as I had no desire to hang around all day with her dad or sister, so I said I was going to finish up something at work and would be home later. 2 hours after I get there, I get a text from her begging me to please come home and that she really needs me to talk with her. So I finish up what I was doing and head home. I am greeted on my own front porch by her dad, who asks if he can talk to me for a minute. My anger level was already somewhat high, but I was ready to go to war if she had dumped a crap sack of lies on me with her dad. I mean, it's not like he and I are best friends and crap, but I've never had a bad moment with him. So I really wasn't going to be happy about the beaster who broke his baby's heart.
Yeah.
We sat on our deck chairs and he effing floored me with his opening salvo. He said that she told them what had happened and that he wanted to apologize to me because he said that he felt like he did a really crappy job as a parent and that this mindset that she had was really a creation of her mother's. Gotta blame it on the mom. And that while he loved both of them, he said they were wrong. And he had told his wife years ago that telling the girls that whatever happens before marriage doesn't count was a horrible idea.
Ooh, that's what they said?
And value system to instill in them. Yeah.
Bro, what does that say about your own marriage?
Yeah.
What does that say? Dude, she was probably cheating on you left and right before you got married.
I'm sorry, if someone says, if your partner says to someone else, no, don't worry. Anything before the marriage doesn't count. I would be like, wait.
I do know people with moms that have said
I hate those.
something along those lines.
I hate
and
that.
It is whack.
Yeah. He then said that he wasn't there to stand up for what his daughter did, but he just wanted me to be aware that what she was saying and how she was acting was simply because she honestly believed that being married was an entirely different life, and that they, mom and dad, had romanticized marriage to the point that she wasn't understanding real life. Basically, he was kind of throwing his wife under the bus, but again, this is not what I was expecting at all. We shook hands, and he said that no matter what I decided, he still thought very highly of me, which honestly made me feel really good for that moment.
Hey, you know what? Honestly,
I'll take it.
I feel like this is as good of a conversation you're going to get from
Yeah.
Daddy-O as you can.
I then went inside, and my wife is curled up in a ball on her mom's lap, and you can tell she's been crying the entire time I've been gone. Mom gets up and comes and hugs me and tells me she's sorry and that she loves me, and she's
But it
praying that
didn't
we can
count.
work this out.
But you know the rule, it doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
It only counts if it's marriage.
My wife is laid out on the couch at this point. Her mom and dad leave, and she sits there looking at me and crying. Okay, this is where I'm gonna piss off everybody and just
No.
tell you that I couldn't take it.
No! Noodle spine! OP! Noodle spine!
I
Oh.
went to her and we hugged for a long time with her
No.
telling me over and over how
No.
sorry she was. Hey, I know it was the weak thing to do, but again, I have to say in my defense that just before this incident occurred, I loved her with all my heart
Oh,
and would have done anything to not see her in pain.
oh.
Whatever she had done, I still didn't want to see her like that. Look, it's very possible that she was putting on an Oscar-worthy acting job, but I honestly don't think so. She really seemed broken at this point in time. After a while, when she calmed down, I asked her what she wanted me to come home and talk about, and she said she wanted to get everything out in the open, so I didn't feel like I was being lied to or manipulated.
Dude, we're going to get the truth. I think it's going to be multiple people.
Yeah.
It's not just this one guy. I think it's going to be, all right, wait,
Well,
3 people. I think it's going to be three people.
I think it's going to be 8.
Yeah.
I think if she has the mindset that it doesn't count before marriage, then she's
gallivanting around town.
she had 2 years of not marriage.
Yeah, that's a long time.
So she wanted me to ask her questions, and I wish I had written down a list, but I came up with a few off the top of my head. She was brutally honest with me, and some of the questions I asked, I probably shouldn't have.
Come on, give me the answers,
Because
man.
now the mental image is stuck in there.
Ugh.
But honestly, it was there anyway. I just now have confirmation.
Oh,
First, I asked for dates, or at the very least, approximate dates. I didn't tell her about the engagement concern I had because I didn't want her to change stories, and she remembered exactly when they occurred. Fortunately, this happened a little earlier in our relationship than she told me initially, and so we were not engaged when this happened. I can't tell you what a relief that was because I became physically ill when I thought about that when someone said it in my last post.
I guess a small win.
Sure.
Woo!
I second asked how many times. She went overboard with this because instead of just telling me how many different dates, she decided to tell me how many times there was penetration.
What?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yo!
What do you mean? How many times there's penetration?
She kept tabs? She's a number counter?
This part of the conversation did not help me at all, and in fact almost broke me down. In truth, it wasn't that often, and in fact, there were really only 3 different days it happened on, but there were several times during those 3 days.
Nice.
Then came the hard stuff.
Oh, God.
Oh, nice.
That was the easy stuff?
Why did she
No.
do it? Okay, again, I'm not the most manly of men, and I'm ashamed to admit this, but I couldn't get this out without starting to cry. I asked, why wasn't I good enough?
No.
Why him? Why did she not just leave me?
I feel like those are pick-me questions.
Why him?
Oh, you don't ask those questions, man. Grow spine up, man.
It was her
Spine
turn
up.
to hold me because at this point, everything came rushing at me. Her telling me having to watch them laugh with each other, her now telling me how many times they did it and where they did it. She
Yeah.
talked during this, but to this moment,
Here's the
I have
video.
no idea what she said. I was too upset, and honestly, nothing she was going to say was going to make any bit of difference anyway. But after I composed myself, I simply told her that the betrayal was horrible, but honestly, her response to me when I found out was just as bad, if not worse.
I think worse.
Much worse.
Much worse.
I'm much worse.
Ugh.
She agreed with me and she apologized for calling me immature. She said that she honestly believed that it wouldn't matter to me now because we were married. When she said this, my blood started to boil again. I started to say something about it, but she jumped in and said that after talking with her parents, she now sees that this was very wrong of her and that cheating is cheating, but she still feels like that our happiness that we have shared since being married should count for something. I then replied that I kind of felt like that happiness was built on a lie, because it was.
It was. He thought you were being all, truthful, and you weren't. He thought you were being loyal, and you weren't.
This led to another breakdown on her part and almost another ER visit. But between Ativan and having her breathe into a paper sack, we got her calmed down. Okay, probably anxiety meds.
Yeah.
I let her sleep the rest of the night, feeling like emotionally we were both tired. But come Sunday, we were talking again. By this time, I wasn't as sympathetic as I had been when we got home from the ER. I told her that I thought her introducing him to me was crappy. Me having to watch her dance with him was extra crappy.
It was.
And the fact that she only told me because she was going to get caught was an elite level of crappy.
Yeah, I just don't know if I have any indication that she has improved as a person.
I don't
feel like
think
she's just
so.
trying to get what she wants.
I don't think it's possible for her to improve as a person if 2 minutes ago she was like, yeah, well, so what?
So what?
Which then I demanded to know, why did she think I would find out and how many of the effing people at the wedding knew besides me?
Oh, that's even worse. That's even more embarrassing.
Yeah,
it's like
that
one
everyone
thing
knows
to
that
cheat.
she's been
It's
cheated.
another
Yeah.
thing to have everyone know that you're a little
5
cuck.
years. 5 years later.
Ooh.
Well, obviously the guy knew, but then his best friend in the world also knew.
Oh.
Did I mention that the effer is now my brother-in-law?
Oh,
Which then led to her sister finding out, and she was
Oh.
afraid her sister was going to be the one to tell me.
oh.
At least her sister seems like a good person.
Mm.
I asked how often she sees this guy, and she said that the wedding is the first time she's seen him in 3 years. Then I lost my crap and asked her if she effed him during any of the lead up to the wedding.
Oh.
Fair question.
Oh.
She got all pissy about it, acting like she wouldn't F anyone because she was married.
Oh.
Right. Marriage is the only, apparently.
That's the only line
Yeah.
you're drawing.
And I just lost my crap and had to leave for a while because once again, I felt like she was living on Married Planet or some such crap. And the world there is a different place than for the rest of us. I finally got cooled off enough to come home and try and be civil about things. She finally asked me what she could do to help me get past all of this, which may not sound like much, but it was the first time she offered to help me, really, so it was at least a nice gesture. I told her I wasn't sure what she could do or if there was anything either of us could do, and that I may never get over this. By the way, you should never get over listening to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. Wow. At least OP's done. There's a little bit more, but it seems like OP's like, I'm not
I
gonna
don't
continue.
know. I thought the last person was done and they just crawled.
And then they
I guess they did.
crawl
They
back,
crawled
but then
back, but then they crawled
Crawl
away.
out.
Yeah.
They crawled back into the hole and then they crawled out of the hole. So hopefully OP stays out of that hole.
In more ways than one.
Ah, no.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
All right, give us the finish of that story.
She
Oh.
said that she wanted to help because she didn't want to see me in pain and that over the years she hopes I'll be able to judge her based on who she is now, the same person. She would do anything I wanted to work this out. She also wanted to be sure that I knew that she has been 100% faithful since we've been married and would never cheat on her vows. I sarcastically thanked her, which I admit wasn't the most mature thing to do. Give yourself a break, man.
Dude, I feel like you need some space. Also, stop asking all these masochistic
Stop.
questions.
Stop.
You're just gonna hurt yourself.
I then asked for a moratorium from further talks till at least Wednesday. I have 2 projects I have to get done, and honestly, I'm just exhausted, and no, I have no effing clue what I want to do. I shift between periods of red-hot anger where I want to punt her out, and the periods of deep emotional turmoil where I want to just forget this and move forward with her. Yes, I know this is not what anyone wanted to hear, and no, I'm not proud to type it, but it is what it is at the moment. And that's the end of that story.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Ugh.